Good morning, students. Now in today's lecture we will continue the exercise. In previous lecture we have started exercise 5.1 and I think up to question number 8 I solved. 9 and 10 I had given as your homework to solve. Question number 11, 12 and 13 are of same kind. So let's solve. In these questions, find the multiplicative inverse of each of the complex number given in exercise 11 to 13. Question number 11. Let z is equal to 4 minus 3i. 4 minus 3i. Then z inverse is required. Z inverse is required. So what is the method to get z inverse? Very simple method. I am giving the formula. Z inverse is equal to conjugate of z upon modulus of z. This is direct formula. This is direct formula. Z inverse is equal to conjugate of z upon modulus of z. So you can find z inverse is equal to conjugate of z means we have to find the conjugate of this 4 minus 3i. So 4 minus 3i is what? Its conjugate is 4 plus 3i. We can write 4 plus 3i upon modulus. I told we find the modulus by root over the sum of square of real part and imaginary parts. So we can write like this: 4 square plus minus 3 square. So z inverse is equal to 4 plus 3i upon under root we have 16 plus 9. So we have got z inverse is equal to 4 plus 3i upon 5. 16 plus 9 is 25, its square root is 5. So finally we can write like this: z inverse is equal to, divide this 5 in both the terms, we can write 4 upon 5 plus I times of 3 upon 5 is the multiplicative inverse or the inverse of the complex number. One more we have question number 12. See, twelfth question, we are given under root 5 plus 3i. Let z is equal to under root 5 plus 3i. Once again we have to find the multiplicative inverse or the inverse of the complex number. So we can write z inverse is equal to conjugate of z upon modulus of z. So z inverse is equal to, this will be under root 5 minus 3i its conjugate upon under root 5 square plus 3 square. So we have under root 5 minus 3i upon under root 5 plus 9. So finally we have under root 5 minus 3i upon under root 14. So divide this by under root 14 into two terms. So we have z inverse is equal to under root 5 upon 14 plus I times of 3/14 is the answer. Got it? So you have to learn this formula, and after that simply put the values, you can get the answer, which is what? Inverse of a complex number. One more is there, simple one. Thirteenth question, z is equal to minus I. Z is equal to minus I. Now let's see. First change this into complex number, only imaginary part is given. So what to do? Write its complex number, that is real part is 0. So we can write like this, z is equal to 0 plus minus I. This is the form of complex number. Now z inverse is conjugate of z upon modulus of z. Z inverse is equal to, its conjugate is 0 plus I upon under root 1 square. 0 square means nothing, its coefficient is 1 square. So what we have, z inverse is equal to I is the answer. Or you can write 0 plus I, doesn't matter, it is complex number. So 0 plus I you can write, or simply I you can write. Got it? So these were the simple questions. Now one more question is there, question number 14. And 14th question is, express the following expressions in the form of a plus ib given 3 plus I root 5. Let z is equal to 3 plus I root 5 in one bracket. In other bracket we have 3 minus I root 5. I root 5 upon we have root 3 plus root 2I in one bracket. In other bracket we have root 3 minus I root 2. See, in numerator we have the same term in the form of a plus b and a minus b. In denominator also, here it is minus sign. Minus sign in between them. Minus. So in denominator we can open the bracket. Let's see. Z is equal to, in numerator using the formula a plus b and a minus b, so 3 square plus minus I root 5 whole square upon, open this bracket, root 3 plus root 2I minus root 3 plus root 2I. Minus plus root 3 gone. Here in numerator z is equal to 9 minus 5I square. Root 5 square is 5 and I square. And since I square is equal to minus 1, so in place of minus 1, it becomes plus 1. Root 2I. What we have? 2 root 2I. 2 root 2I. Here z is equal to 9 plus 5 upon 2 root 2I. We have 14 upon 2 root 2I. This 7 times. So finally z is equal to, we have 7 upon, or you can multiply it by root 2 I to simplify this. See, I am multiplying multiply and divide. To simplify this, so what we have, z is equal to, this is 7 root 2i, 7 root 2i upon, here root 2 into root 2, 2 and I square, it is minus 1. So z is equal to what we have, minus 7 root 2i upon 2, or we can write z is equal to 0 minus 7 root 2i upon 2 is the answer. Or you can leave this much, or you can leave this much only. So final solution is this one. So very simple questions are, you have to simplify this. Now, yesterday I told about argand plane and argument and modulus. Now in this exercise 5.2, question number 3 to 8 is now not in syllabus. In question number 3 to 8, we have to convert the complex number in form of polar. A polar form means we have not to solve these questions because it is out of syllabus. This year only, for this year only, CBSE has removed the portion. Two things are removed now: polar form of the complex number and square root of the complex number. So we are coming to exercise 5.2. Question number 1. Instruction is find the modulus and argument of each of the complex numbers in question number 1 and 2. Let me explain once again what is modulus. I told if any point is lying in any of the quadrants and its coordinate is x and y, so its abscissa is x and ordinate is y. Now we have this distance OP is called mod of z and it is under root x square plus y square. Now in the previous question we have used this, and if this angle is theta, so we have to find tan inverse y upon x in triangle. This perpendicular upon base, so we have to find the angle. Angle is called argument and this distance OP is called the modulus. So in question number 1 and 2 we are given to find argument and modulus. Let's see question number 1. Given that minus 1 minus I root 3 z is equal to minus 1 minus I root 3. So how to find the modulus? You know, sum of square of real part and imaginary part and its square root. Like mod z is equal to under root x square plus y square. It is of the form x plus iy. So x is real part and y is imaginary part. So modulus of z is equal to under root, we have minus 1 square plus minus root 3 square. So we have mod of z is equal to under root 1 plus 4 is equal to 2. This is answer first. We have got the modulus and we are going to find the argument, means theta. So tan theta is equal to y upon x, means real part upon imaginary part upon real part. So tan theta is equal to imaginary part is minus root 3 upon minus 1, minus and minus will go. So tan theta is what? Under root 3. Now let's see. It is positive. It may be in first quadrant or third quadrant. So we can write tan theta is equal to tan pi by 3 or theta is equal to pi by 3. This is the answer. And if it lies in third quadrant, because we don't know this x and y, see, you have to check this. X and y both are in third negative. It means it is in third quadrant. See, this is plus plus, this one is minus plus, this one is minus minus, and this one is plus minus. So here both x1 and y are negative, so it is in third quadrant. So we can find is like tan theta is equal to tan pi plus pi by 3, means we have tan theta is equal to tan 4 pi by 3. So theta is equal to 4 pi by 3 is the answer. This is exact answer. This one is all right. But according to complex number, since both x and y are negative, it means it lies in third quadrant. So we have to find in third quadrant. So this will be the exact answer. Got it? Let's see one more we have. Second question is given minus root 3 plus I, z is equal to minus root 3 plus I. So find modulus of z. This is what? Under root minus root 3 square plus 1 square. This becomes under root 3 plus 1 is 4 is equal to 2 is the answer. Now we have to find tan. So tan theta is equal to y upon x. Tan theta is equal to y upon y is 1 upon minus root 3. It is negative. So either it may be in second quadrant or fourth quadrant. So in which quadrant? Check this. Check this. In which quadrant it lies? X is negative and y is positive. So x is negative and y is positive. In which quadrant? It is in second quadrant. So we will write like this. Tan theta is equal to minus tan pi by 6, pi by 3, sorry. Pi by 6, it is 1 by 3, pi by 6, or tan theta is equal to tan pi minus pi by 6. It is in second quadrant. So what we have? Tan theta is equal to tan 5 pi by 6. So theta is equal to 5 pi by 6 is the answer, and this one is the answer. This is modulus and this one is argument. Got it? Now question number 3 to 8 are to convert into polar form. I will tell you one question. What is polar form? What is polar form? And but you need not to write in your copy. I am just going to tell you what is polar form. Question number 3. Polar form means we write the complex number according to its amplitude, that is angle, according to its angle. So let z is equal to x plus iy is a complex number, then polar form is z is equal to mod of z into cos theta plus I sin theta, cos theta plus I sin theta, and this modulus of z is written as r. So z is equal to r times of cos theta plus I sin theta. So see what is new thing? Nothing. We are finding this mod of z, that is modulus. We are finding theta also. So just we have to put the value of r and theta in this question. So you will get the polar form. Let's see. I am solving one of the questions. See, question number 3. Given z is equal to 1 minus I. Z is equal to 1 minus I. So first we are going to find the modulus, that is r is equal to mod of z is equal to under root 1 square plus minus 1 square, means r is equal to, or mod of z is equal to under root 1 plus 1 is equal to under root 2. We have got r modulus of z. Let's find theta. Tan theta is equal to y upon x, and here y is minus 1 and x is plus 1. So we have minus 1 upon 1, minus 1 upon 1. So tan theta is equal to minus 1, or tan theta is equal to minus tan pi by 4. Now let's check in which quadrant this angle is. Here we have cos is positive, sine is negative, plus minus. So which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. And for fourth quadrant we write minus theta. We write minus theta, or you can write 2 pi minus theta. So we can write tan theta is equal to tan 2 pi minus pi by 4. We can write theta is equal to 2 4s are 8, 7 pi by 4. It is the value. But in case of complex number, we use minus theta. See, here we write pi minus theta, and here we write minus theta only. If this quadrant angle is found, so we write minus theta. So this is, or theta lies in fourth quadrant, so theta is equal to minus pi by 4. So complex number in polar form, r, write the value here, r is equal to under root 2. Here it is, we can write cos minus pi by 4 plus I sin minus pi by 4. This way we can write the answer. So this is not new. We are finding z, modulus of z, we are finding tan theta. Simply we have to put the value in this equation, that is the polar form. But this year polar form is not to be teach in this session only. CBSE has reduced this syllabus. Now after this, nothing else, we have to solve exercise 5.3. In exercise 5.3, we have to solve quadratic equation. Quadratic equation which we have solved in class 10th, but it is quite different. In class 10th, we have find the solution for real numbers, means real solution. But in class 11th, we have to find the complex number form or the imaginary solution. So I am solving one of the questions. Exercise 5.3, question number 1 is the given, solve each of the following equations. X square plus 3 is equal to 0. X square plus 3 is equal to 0. Let's see how to find. If you send this x square this side, sorry 3 this side, so what we have, x square is equal to minus 3, or square root x is equal to under root plus minus, it is under root minus 3. Now let's see how to remove this under root. Minus 3, x is equal to plus minus, we can write minus 1 into root 3. Can we write? And this is what? Under root minus 1 is equal to I. So x is equal to plus minus I root 3 is the answer. Got it? Let's see one more question. Question number 2. Question number 2, we are given 2x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now let's see, this can be solved by quadratic formula, because splitting middle term or any other formula cannot be used. So here we will use quadratic formula. So write the formula. Using x is equal to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a, or you can add under root d. This is discriminant. So x is equal to minus b, coefficient of x is 1, plus minus under root b square means 1 square minus 4 into a is 2, this is 1 upon 2 into 2, 2a. X is equal to minus 1 plus minus under root c, this is 1 minus 8 upon 4, or x is equal to minus 1 plus minus, this is under root minus 7 upon 4. Now change this minus 7. How to change? See, x is equal to minus 1 plus minus, we can write minus under root 1 under root 7 upon 4. Now minus root 1 is I. So x is equal to minus 1 plus minus I root 7 upon 4 is the answer. Got it? Let's solve one more question. I am solving question number 9. Remaining questions you will try yourself. I am solving question number 9. X square plus x plus 1 upon under root 2 is equal to 0. And all the questions are of same kind. So you have to practice the question yourself. I am solving question number 9 since root is given here. So question number 9 is x square plus x plus 1 upon root 2 is equal to 0. First take LCM of this, or you can solve direct it. Take LCM, multiply this by root 2, or we have root 2x square plus root 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now x is equal to minus b minus root 2 plus minus under root b square. So root 2 square minus 4 into root 2 into c is 1 upon 2 root 2. X is equal to minus root 2 plus minus, this is 2 minus 4 root 2 upon 2 root 2. Now let's see. You can take root 2 common or 2 common or root 2 common, or if you don't want, leave this as much, or you can split this one. Got it? So we can leave this much. So this is how you can solve the question. This can be simplified more. means by taking minus sign common here, it can be changed into I, or you can take the root 2 common. So it doesn't matter, you can leave this much and that will be your sufficient answer. It can be improved. So I am leaving the other questions, question number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 10. You will try these questions yourself. If any doubt, you may contact me. Now we have miscellaneous exercise to solve. In my next lecture, we will try to solve miscellaneous exercise and some more questions other than NCERT. Got it? Till then, thank you very much. God bless you.